DareDevil Season 1, Episode 1 Review, Into the Ring. The premiere episode of Netflix's Daredevil masterfully sets the tone for what will become one of the most grounded and gripping entries in the superhero genre. Titled, Into the Ring, it introduces us to Matt Murdock, Charlie Cox, a blind lawyer by day and a vigilante by night, who is just beginning to embrace his role as the devil of Hell's Kitchen. Plot overview. The episode opens with a harrowing flashback of young Matt losing his sight after a toxic chemical spill, a moment that also enhances his other senses to superhuman levels. Fast forward to the present, Matt and his law partner, Foggy Nelson Eldon Henson, are setting up their fledgling law firm. Their first case involves Karen Page Deborah Ann Wall, a woman framed for murder after stumbling upon a corporate conspiracy. Meanwhile, Matt moonlights as a masked vigilante, taking down human traffickers in intense, bone-crunching action sequences. The episode weaves together these dual storylines, establishing Matt's moral compass and his struggle to balance justice within and outside the legal system. Strengths. 1. Tone and atmosphere. The show captures the grit of Hell's Kitchen, presenting a darker, more realistic take on the Marvel Universe. The muted color palette and shadowy cinematography contribute to a noir feel. 2. Charlie Cox's performance. Cox delivers a compelling portrayal of Matt, balancing vulnerability and intensity. His physicality in the fight scenes and emotional depth during quieter moments make him instantly relatable. 3. Action sequences. The fight choreography is brutal and visceral, emphasizing Matt's human limitations and resourcefulness. Unlike the flashy battles typical of superhero stories, these fights feel raw and grounded. 4. Supporting characters. Eldon Henson brings warmth and humor as Foggy, while Deborah Ann Wall's Karen hints at layers of complexity to come. 5. Villain setup. Although Wilson Fisk, Vincent D'Onofrio, doesn't appear in this episode, his shadow looms large through his criminal network, creating anticipation for his eventual reveal. Weaknesses. The pacing might feel slow for viewers expecting more immediate superhero action. The show prioritizes character development and world building, which some might find less engaging compared to more action-packed entries in the Marvel Universe. Verdict. Into the Ring is a stellar introduction to Daredevil, setting a high bar for the series. With its gripping narrative, complex characters, and uncompromising realism, it distinguishes itself from other superhero adaptations. The episode lays the groundwork for a morally intricate journey, leaving viewers eager for more. Rating. 9/10. Daredevil Season 1, Episode 2, Cut Man. Plot overview. Picking up immediately after Episode 1, Matt is found badly injured in a dumpster by nurse Claire Temple Rosario Dawson. As she tends to his wounds, they bond, and Claire becomes a key ally in his fight for justice. Meanwhile, the episode provides glimpses of Matt's past, particularly his father, Battalion Jack Murdock, whose tragic death shaped Matt's values. In the episode's climax, Matt takes on a gang of kidnappers to rescue a young boy in a now iconic hallway fight scene, showcasing his relentless determination and impressive combat skills. Strengths. 1. Emotional depth. The flashbacks to Matt's childhood add emotional weight, giving insight into his motivations. 2. Hallway fight. This single-take sequence is one of the most memorable scenes in TV history, emphasizing Matt's humanity and grit. 3. Claire Temple's introduction. Rosario Dawson brings charisma and emotional grounding to the show, serving as Matt's confidant. Weaknesses. The episode slows slightly in its first half, but the payoff with the hallway fight more than compensates. Rating. 9.5/10. Daredevil Season 1, Episode 3, Rabbit in a Snowstorm. Plot overview. This episode focuses on Matt and Foggy defending John Healy, a hitman working for Wilson Fisk. It explores the moral dilemmas Matt faces as a lawyer, even as he uses his vigilante alter ego to extract information from Healy. The episode ends with Healy committing suicide after uttering Fisk's name, hinting at the Kingpin's fearsome reputation. Strengths. 1. Moral complexity. The legal case highlights the ethical challenges Matt faces. 2. Wilson Fisk's presence. Even in his absence, Fisk's influence is palpable, building tension. 3. John Healy's scene. His final act underscores the terror Fisk inspires. Weaknesses. The courtroom drama is intriguing but lacks the action intensity of previous episodes. Rating. 8.5/10. Daredevil Season 1, Episode 4, In the Blood. Plot overview. The spotlight shifts to the Russian brothers, Vladimir and Anatoly, as they struggle to deal with Daredevil disrupting their operations. Fisk makes his first appearance, and his brutal side is revealed when he kills Anatoly for disrespecting him. Strengths. 1. Wilson Fisk's introduction. Vincent D'Onofrio's portrayal is haunting and complex. 2. Building stakes. The growing tension between Fisk and Daredevil raises the stakes. 3. Character depth. Fisk's vulnerabilities and volatile temper are introduced, making him a multifaceted antagonist. Weaknesses. The Russian brothers feel slightly stereotypical as villains. Rating: 8/10. Daredevil Season 1, Episode 5, World on Fire. Plot overview. Matt continues to dismantle Fisk's operations, targeting the Russians. Meanwhile, Fisk pursues a romantic relationship with art gallery owner Vanessa Mariana Ielets-Herrera. The episode climaxes with Fisk manipulating the Russians, leading to an explosion that eliminates Vladimir's men and consolidates his power. Strengths. 1. Vanessa and Fisk. Their relationship adds depth to Fisk, humanizing him while showcasing his manipulative nature. 2. The world on fire. Visualization. Matt describes how he perceives the world, offering a fascinating glimpse into his unique abilities. 3. High stakes. The explosive ending raises the tension significantly. Weaknesses. Some scenes involving the Russians lack nuance, making them less compelling as villains. Rating: 8.5/10. Daredevil Season 1, Episode 6, Condemned. Plot overview. After the explosion, Matt is trapped in a building with an injured Vladimir, forced to fend off police officers on Fisk's payroll. This bottle episode-style entry sees Matt interrogating Vladimir about Fisk's operations while trying to survive. Strengths. 1. Tight tension. The confined setting creates a sense of claustrophobia and urgency. 2. Vladimir's redemption. His character gains depth as he sacrifices himself to help Matt escape. 3. Fisk's manipulation. Fisk uses the media to paint Daredevil as a public enemy, shifting public perception. Weaknesses. The pacing slows during the middle section. Rating: 8.5/10. Daredevil Season 1, Episode 7, Stick. Plot overview. Matt's old mentor Stick, Scott Glenn, arrives, seeking his help to prevent a mysterious weapon called Black Sky from falling into the wrong hands. The episode delves into Matt's training and the complicated relationship between him and Stick. Strengths. 1. Stick's introduction. Scott Glenn delivers a gritty, no-nonsense performance as Matt's morally ambiguous mentor. 2. Flashbacks. The exploration of Matt's childhood training adds emotional depth. 3. Teasing the hand. The introduction of Black Sky hints at larger threats in Matt's world. Weaknesses. The subplot involving Black Sky feels slightly underdeveloped. Rating: 8.5/10. Daredevil Season 1, Episode 8, Shadows in the Glass. Plot overview. This episode focuses almost entirely on Wilson Fisk, revealing his traumatic childhood and the events that shaped him into the ruthless Kingpin. Through flashbacks, we learn about Fisk's abusive father and how Fisk killed him to protect his mother. Strengths. 1. Fisk's backstory. The depth and humanity added to Fisk make him one of the most compelling villains in the MCU. 2. Vincent D'Onofrio. His performance is mesmerizing, making Fisk both sympathetic and terrifying. 3. Character study. The episode's focus on Fisk is a refreshing change of pace. Weaknesses. The lack of Matt Daredevil action might disappoint some viewers. Rating: 9/10. Daredevil Season 1, Episode 9, Speak of the Devil. Plot overview. Matt faces one of his toughest challenges yet, Nobu, a warrior working for Fisk. Meanwhile, Foggy and Karen investigate Fisk's business dealings. The episode ends on a shocking note as Matt is gravely injured and barely escapes. Strengths. 1. Nobu fight scene. The brutal, visceral fight showcases Matt's vulnerabilities and determination. 2. Karen and Foggy's arc. Their investigation adds depth to the story and their characters. 3. Fisk vs. Daredevil. Fisk's direct involvement raises the stakes. Weaknesses. The pacing feels uneven, with slower investigative moments contrasting with intense action. Rating: 8.5/10. Daredevil Season 1, Episode 10, Nelson vs. Murdock. Plot overview. Foggy discovers Matt's secret, leading to a dramatic confrontation that threatens their friendship and partnership. The episode focuses heavily on their relationship through flashbacks and present-day conflict. Strengths. 1. Foggy and Matt's dynamic. The emotional fallout of Foggy learning the truth is handled brilliantly. 2. Flashbacks. These provide a heartwarming and bittersweet look at their friendship. 3. Character-driven drama. The focus on relationships is a welcome change from action-heavy episodes. Weaknesses. The lack of forward momentum in the overall plot might frustrate some viewers. Rating: 9/10. Daredevil Season 1, Episode 11, The Path of the Righteous. Plot overview: Vanessa is poisoned at a public event, forcing Fisk to confront the vulnerability of his loved ones. Meanwhile, Matt contemplates crafting a better suit to protect himself. Karen begins taking more drastic actions to uncover Fisk's secrets. Strengths: 1. Vanessa's poisoning. This adds emotional weight and vulnerability to Fisk. 2. Matt's suit arc. The setup for his iconic costume is exciting. 3. Karen's desperation. Her moral descent adds layers to her character. Weaknesses: the pacing slows slightly, with more setup than payoff. Rating: 8/10. Daredevil Season 1, Episode 12, The Ones We Leave Behind. Plot overview: the tension builds as Karen kills Wesley in self-defense, escalating the war between Fisk and Daredevil. Matt continues gathering allies and prepares for his final confrontation with Fisk. Strengths: 1. Wesley's death. A shocking and emotional moment that changes Karen forever. 2. Tense atmosphere. The episode masterfully builds anticipation for the finale. 3. Character evolution. Karen and Matt's growth is evident. Weaknesses: the slower pacing may feel like filler for some. Rating: 8.5/10. Daredevil Season 1, Episode 13, Daredevil. Plot overview: the season culminates in a thrilling showdown between Daredevil and Fisk. Matt finally dons his iconic red suit and takes down Fisk, who is arrested. The episode ends with Daredevil fully embracing his role as Hell's Kitchen's protector. Strengths: 1. Red suit reveal. The long-awaited costume debut is satisfying. 2. Final showdown. The fight between Daredevil and Fisk is intense and emotionally charged. 3. Resolution. The episode ties up most storylines while leaving room for future seasons. Weaknesses: some subplots, like Karen's secrets, are left unresolved. Rating: 9.5/10.